Let's talk about us. The Filipino millennials who grew up in the 90s, or Batang 90s. When was the last time you were truly bored? Not doom scrolling TikTok bored, but staring at a lizard on the ceiling during a 4-hour brownout kind of bored. That silence is the gap between who we were promised to be and who we had to become. We're the last Filipinos to remember the world before it all got loud. We're the analog souls trapped in the digital grind, trying to satisfy boomer parents we can never seem to please, while managing a Gen Z world we're expecting to lead. We're not here to talk about chalk nut or brick games as much as I love to. We're here to talk about the middle management of modern day Philippines. Yep, that's us, the 90s kids. Buckle up, Titos and Titas. Let's unpack our generational baggage. Here's the fundamental psychological split in all our brains. We're the last generation to know what true patience felt like, and we're also the first generation to completely lose it. Think about it. Let's go back. If you wanted to hear your favorite song back in 1995, you didn't just click a button. No, not at all. You had to wait for the DJ to stop talking, hit record on your cassette deck, pray that the DJ doesn't talk over the outro, and then if you wanted to hear it again, you'd grab a Panda ball pen or a Pilot. You had to physically rewind the cassette, save battery power. We carried that kind of patience to technology wherever we went, in whichever stage of our lives. Remember downloading MP3 on LimeWire? Oh man, oh god. That was basically the digital equivalent of unprotected coitus. It took 4 hours to download one Linkin Park song, and there's a 50% chance that it's actually a computer virus that's gonna break the family PC. Since we remember a world before instant gratification came into play, we're incredibly adaptable. We can do basic troubleshooting on a router, at the same time operate a rotary phone. I do kind of miss those things. But because we saw how fast things could become, we're now easily frustrated. We're the generation that will spend 30 minutes brewing an artisanal pour-over coffee, but if a web page takes 3 seconds to load, we enter full-on beast mode. The rage is real. We're a walking contradiction of patience and impatience, all in one body. Let's talk about our emotional education. For most of us, our moral compass wasn't set by Sunday school. It was set by that afternoon anime block on GMA or ABS-CBN. Every day at around 4:30 p.m., we learned about duty, friendship, and power levels. We learned that if you screamed loud enough and your hair turned blonde, we can overcome any obstacle. Or maybe that was just me. And then there was the music. That's the fun part. The 90s OPM explosion shaped our emotional landscape. We didn't just listen to the Eraserheads, we lived their lyrics. We were all about ligaya, hoping for a chance, or feeling the crushing weight of Ang Huling El Bimbo, or the message of unwavering love in 214. But that's a different band. This media diet gave us a heightened sense of idealism and melodrama. We romanticize everything. We don't simply have a crush. We have a teleserie-worthy, unrequited love plotline in our heads. We learn to feel deeply, often performatively. We're the generation that posts vague, sad song lyrics on Friendster or MySpace, or during the early days of Facebook as your status message, especially when you're going through a breakup, hoping that that one person sees it. You know you did it. Okay, group therapy time. Let's talk about how we were raised. We grew up in a unique intersection of traditional Filipino values and booming Western influence. Our parents wanted the American dream for us, but achieved through very Filipino means. The pressure was intense, especially when you hit 4th year of high school. Oh man, those talks never end. You had 3 main career options: doctor, lawyer, or a nurse. If you wanted to be an artist, good luck explaining that at the family reunion. Everyone is gonna literally shit on you. Ay, sayang naman ang talino ni Junior, pang fine arts lang. That's so messed up. We were raised on tough love that was almost always delivered instantly. The threat of the chinelas, or even the hanger, was very, very, very real. We learned conflict avoidance like ninjas, and we still do up to now. We don't like starting fights, but a lot of us can definitely finish it. We learned to read the micro expressions of our mom's face to gauge if it is really a good time to ask for money. Of course, it's for a school project. This creates what I call high-functioning anxiety, disguised as resilience. It's a common trait of this generation. We're incredibly hardworking. We dominate our respective industries because we're used to running on little to no sleep and dealing with irate authorities. But we're also terrified of failure. We have a hard time setting boundaries because saying no to an elder back then meant instant death. We are the generation that is trying to break generational trauma cycles while still being terrified of disappointing our moms. Which brings us to present day. Look at us, huh?
Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Huh?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
We used to stay up all night playing Ragnarok, Counter-Strike, or Dota.
Monster kill.
Now we get excited about buying a new air fryer. We have officially entered our Tito or Tita era. It's our Tito and Tita era, man. Our psychology today is defined by a desperate search for comfort. Why are we obsessed with nostalgia? Why do we keep remaking 90s movies? I think that deserves its own episode. Because the 90s was the last time the world made sense to us before adulting hit us like a truck. We seek control in small ways. We curate our Instagram feeds to look peaceful or just passive. We collect overpriced indoor plants because if you can keep that snake plant alive, surely you can keep your life together, right? Look, it's easy to make fun of ourselves at this point in our lives. We're anxious, we drink way too much overpriced coffee, and we keep complaining about our knees, or back, or neck, your neck and your back. But here's the truth about us kids of the 90s. We're survivors. We navigated the wildest technological transition in human history at the start of the millennium. And this was all during our formative years. Most of us were either 12, 13, 14, 15 years old at that time. We're the last generation to be raised the traditional way, but embrace technology the moment we hit our teens. We survived the Asian financial crisis, a couple of volcano eruptions early in the 90s, rolling blackouts, most terrifyingly of all, the fashion trends of the early 2000s. Oh my God. We are the bridge of the world. We understand our parents' traditionalism, and we understand Gen Z's radical progressiveness. We're the translators between the past and the future. So the next time you feel the urge to listen to the Spice Girls or Backstreet Boys, whichever floats your boat, while applying your salon pass, don't feel bad. Embrace it. You've earned that damn salon pass. So, cheers to us 90s kids. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to lie down on a flat surface for about 45 minutes. Salamat for watching.